Well, two ranked teams. Auburn ranked number one. And to think how strong Auburn is, you look at their record. They're coming in at 25-2. Their two losses to Duke and Florida. Those are teams that have Ken Palm top 10 offense and top 10 defensive rankings. Again, Auburn clearly is the best team in my mind at this point. They started off 10-2 against the spread, but down the stretch, they've only gone 6-9 against the spread and 2-6 ATS at home. Remember, when you're that SEC team and you're the number one team in the country, you always have that bullseye on your back, and it's showing. You're laying the inflated numbers if you're backing the Tigers, and those dogs have done well covering. Ole Miss is also a team that started off hot, going 14-5. They played a weaker non-conference schedule, though. Auburn played a top 20 non-conference schedule. Mississippi only played a 204 schedule. So for them to go 14-5 against that weak foes, it does show some of their weaknesses. They are 2-7 ATS their last 9 games. But when I look at Ole Miss, Prez, they had covered 6 straight as a dog of 2 or more. They're a team that plays solid defense. Their offense can go up and down into their three-point shooting can get hot and cold, but they play solid defense. So when they're a dog of 2 or more, they're 6-2 the last 8. But I do want to mention that they lost the last 2 games, including losing to this Auburn team on February 1st by 10 points as a 4.5-point home dog. When I look at Ole Miss, when they are playing a good offensive team, they're 11-8 ATS full game. Not a bad number against an elite offense. But how about this? In the first half, they get off to a very slow start. They focus their energy on defense. It takes up some of their offensive prowess. They're only 4-15 against the spread against those good shooting teams, averaging 45% or better. I look at Auburn. When Auburn's playing a team with an upper tempo of a total of 147 or more, Ole Miss plays to an offensive tempo of 89. So they're in the top third of the fastest paced teams with the ball. But when Auburn has a high total of 47 or higher, they're 12-5 against the spread and 11-6 over under. Compared to when they have a low total, they're only 1-6 against the spread and 0-4 in SEC action. Now, I am going to go Auburn first half in this best bet. You're having to lay the 7.5. That's a very fair price because the full game is 13.5. You're usually laying about 55% in the first half. I'm happy with that minus 7.5 in the first half because Saturday, Auburn has to go on the road to Kentucky. So that's a big look ahead spot. So we'll grab Auburn early. I lean Ole Miss full game and Prez 2 database situations just to share. Number 1 team at home ranked, only 3-9 the last 5 years, 25% against the spread. And a number 1 team as a home favorite of 8 or more later in the season from game 24 and on, only 8-17-1, 32%. So both of those number 1 AP situations says fade Auburn. I'll back them the first half and fade them full game.
Ralph Michaels joining us, everyone. Ralph, before we get into NBA, let's talk about our college basketball special that we have going today. We have a end of the season special. You buy anyone's college basketball now till the end of the year, and there's still a lot of college hoops to go. It's only $199. That's under $5 a day. This is an outstanding deal. Do not use this package on me, please. I'm begging you. I don't want the pressure. My college basketball has been horrible. I lost again last night by half a point with a guy on the free throw line in Cincinnati. Missed the free throw. I lose the game. Do not buy my college basketball. Ralph, whose college basketball should they buy?
Well, I mean, right now at the site, no one's hotter than Ben Burns. I've had a very poor college basketball run the last few weeks, but, just like the bowls in college football, the conference tournaments and March Madness are a reset. it really doesn't matter how good you've done in the regular season because things are so different. And Prez, just to show you some of the value in the rest of college basketball for $199, Selection Sunday is March 16th. The price scheduled for that Monday to get the rest of college basketball is $149. So you will get the first 16 days of March and the last few days of February, basically for just $50, a great value. Anyone at WagerTalk that does college basketball the rest of the season through the national championship, just $199.